Let's take a look at the Big Bang Theory cast from their earliest days to today. Who would you recognize on the street? Johnny Galecki, who played the lovable and neurotic Leonard Hofstadter. Johnny was 32 when he started filming and is 50 now. A little known fact about Johnny is that he didn't initially want to take the role of Leonard, as he was already successful in TV shows like Roseanne and felt he didn't need to take another TV gig. However, he was convinced by the quality of the script. He also revealed that during his audition, he did not know that the show would focus so much on geek culture, but he quickly became attached to Leonard's character. On set, Johnny was known for bringing some serious depth to Leonard's insecurities, often discussing the psychology behind his character with the writers. Off-screen, Johnny also studied psychology in college, which he used to help inform his portrayal. These days, Johnny is still active, producing and starring in The Connors, and he's been involved in several indie film projects.
Penny, the mailman did it again. Oh, sorry.
Regina King, who portrayed Janine Davis. She was 42 when she joined the show in 2013. Regina won an Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress in If Beale Street Could Talk. She also directed the acclaimed film One Night in Miami. Additionally, she starred in the TV series Watchmen, earning critical praise. To prepare for her role as Janine Davis, King consulted with real HR professionals to better understand the nuances of the job. This preparation helped her portray the role more authentically, particularly in scenes where she had to mediate complex workplace issues. Now at 53, Regina continues to act and direct, remaining a powerful force in Hollywood.
Mr. Wallowitz, it's been a while.
Hey, Janine. How are Tom and the kids?
Fine. You must be Dr. Hofstadter.
Next, Bob Newhart, who played Arthur Jeffries, aka Professor Proton. He was 83 when he first appeared in 2013. Bob is a legendary comedian, known for The Bob Newhart Show. Bob won his first Emmy for his role on Big Bang Theory. Bob Newhart was initially hesitant to take on the role of Professor Proton, as he hadn't done much television work in recent years. However, the creators personally reached out to him, emphasizing how much they admired his work, which eventually convinced him to join. The character of Professor Proton was specifically written with Bob Newhart in mind. The writers, being longtime fans of his comedic style, tailored the role to fit his delivery. Newhart's portrayal of Professor Proton earned him his first ever Primetime Emmy Award in 2013, despite his long and storied career. His win was particularly notable because he had been previously nominated multiple times without a win. Bob Newhart was known for sticking closely to the script. However, the writers allowed him to tweak certain lines to better match his comedic delivery. Now 95, Bob enjoys a quieter life but occasionally makes guest appearances in shows.
If someone had told me that people would still call me Professor Proton when I was 83 years old, I never would have quit smoking.
Casey Sander portrayed Mike Rostenkowski, Bernadette's father. He was 56 when he first appeared in 2012. Casey is a former baseball player turned actor. He's known for roles in Grace Under Fire and Home Improvement, and often plays authoritative father figures. During filming The Big Bang Theory, Casey Sander developed a strong on-set rapport with Melissa Roch, who played his on-screen daughter Bernadette. Their chemistry gave the authenticity of their father-daughter relationship. Before becoming an actor, Casey Sander was a firefighter. His real-life experience brought toughness to his portrayal of Mike Rostenkowski, who was depicted as a no-nonsense, blue-collar family man.
You brought beer for everybody.
Okay, yeah, it's for everybody.
Although not a main cast member, Sanders' character became a fan favorite. Sanders' approach to acting on the show was influenced by his years of experience in television, particularly in roles that required a strong, authoritative presence. Prior to The Big Bang Theory, Sander was primarily known for his roles in dramas and action series. Now he is 68 and continues to act in TV and film. Dean Norris played Colonel Richard Williams. He was 54 during his 2017 appearances. Dean is best known for his role as Hank Schrader on Breaking Bad. He graduated from Harvard University and has appeared in over 100 film and TV roles. For his role in The Big Bang Theory, Norris did some research to ensure he could convincingly portray a colonel. He spoke with friends and military veterans to understand how a father in a military career might behave when meeting a potential son-in-law like Howard. While portraying a character with a military background, Dean Norris also demonstrated interest in science. Similar to many characters on The Big Bang Theory, he enjoyed learning about the scientific references in the show and even asked the writers about the specifics of the scientific topics discussed in his scenes. Interestingly, Norris's character, Colonel Williams, was named after a real-life military officer who was a friend of one of the show's writers. The character was intended to reflect a no-nonsense, tough-love military dad who could provide contrast to Howard's more sensitive and nerdy traits, making their interactions funnier. Now he is 61. Dean stars in the TV series Claws and remains active in Hollywood.
Why would you do that?
You guys completed phase 1, we'll take it from here.
Where did you move it?
I can't tell you that.
Are you implementing phase 2?
I can't tell you that.
Kunal Nayyar, who played the lovable and often awkward Raj Kuthrapalli. Kunal was 27 when the show started and is now 43. Lesser-known fact is that Kunal had no prior acting experience in the US before landing the role of Raj, and he struggled with his American accent during his early auditions. To help with this, he spent hours listening to American sitcoms and mimicking the actor's speech patterns. Raj's inability to talk to women unless he was intoxicated was based on Kunal's own experiences in his first years in the US, where he struggled with self-confidence. On set, Kunal brought a lot of vulnerability to his role and worked hard to make sure Raj's awkwardness was authentic. These days, Kunal is taking on diverse roles, including in Criminal, UK and other international projects, all while being a passionate advocate for mental health.
Oh, too bad. I've always wanted to go to Long Beach.
Michael J. Massimino appeared as himself. He was 49 during his 2012 cameo. Mike is a former NASA astronaut and the first person to tweet from space. Massimino is indeed an astronaut who flew to space twice and participated in missions to service the Hubble telescope. Massimino mentioned that working with the cast of The Big Bang Theory reminded him of the teamwork at NASA, since everyone on set had to collaborate smoothly to get things done. Massimino not only appeared as an actor but also advised the writers and actors on topics related to space and what it's like to be an astronaut. Now 62, Mike continues to teach and inspire future engineers and astronauts.
Why shouldn't I do it?
There's no upside. If you do well, no one cares. And if you screw up, you're an idiot on YouTube forever.
Bernie Watson played Althea. She was 57 during her 2007 appearance. Bernie Watson began her acting career back in the 1970s and has appeared in numerous popular TV shows, including The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and Her role in The Big Bang Theory added another successful project to her impressive portfolio. She had previously worked with The Big Bang Theory creator Chuck Lorre on other projects, such as Two and a Half Men, making her appearance in The Big Bang Theory a continuation of their professional collaboration. Bernie Watson has received recognition for her work, including two Daytime Emmy Awards for her role in the soap opera General Hospital. Now 75, Bernie continues her role on General Hospital and remains active in the industry.
Now, I see three of you. Do we know the father, or is this some Mamma Mia nonsense?
I'm the father.
Mark Herlick portrayed Dr. Eric Gable Hauser. He was 54 during his 2007 appearances. Mark is an accomplished stage actor and playwright. He's appeared in Jurassic Park 3 and Seinfeld. Mark co-wrote the musical The Immigrant. On set, he played the university's physics department head. Mark Herlick has a strong background in theater, which brought a unique depth to his TV roles. Before The Big Bang Theory, he performed in popular Broadway productions. After his time on The Big Bang Theory, Mark continued appearing in other hit shows like Suits and Preacher, showcasing his versatility and talent. Herlick also worked with Chuck Lorre on other projects, solidifying his place in the family of actors who frequently collaborate with the renowned producer. Now he is 73 and he is still active in his acting career. Recently, it was announced that he'll be playing the role of Dr. Herlick in the second season of the Netflix series One Piece.
Fine. Dr. Winkle, what colorful name did you call Dr. Cooper this time?
Dr. Dumbass.
Keith Carradine played Wyatt, Penny's father. He was 61 during his 2010 appearance. Keith is part of the famous Carradine acting family. He won an Oscar for Best Original Song in Nashville. Keith starred in Deadwood and Dexter. Carradine has appeared in over 100 TV shows and films, including popular series like Waiting for Godot, Twin Peaks, Dexter, and many more. He had already worked with Chuck Lorre, the creator of The Big Bang Theory, on other projects, including Two and a Half Men. Before filming his episodes, Carradine consulted with scientists and physics experts to make his role more authentic. He studied scientific terminology and worked to capture the nuances of a scientist's work, ensuring his character felt like a real physicist. Now 75, Keith stars in the series Madam Secretary and continues his acting career.
My own daughter thinks I don't love her enough to support her no matter what choices she makes. Well, that hurts me deeply.
I'm sorry,
Let me
Daddy.
finish.
Oh.
I thought we were past the days when you would try to pull the wool over my eyes, telling me the baggie in your underwear drawer is potpourri.
Alessandra Torresani portrayed Claire. She was 28 during her 2016 appearances. Alessandra began acting at a young age, appearing in Malcolm in the Middle. She's trained in Taekwondo. Alessandra starred in Caprica, a Battlestar Galactica prequel. On set, she played a love interest for Raj. Her character was a screenwriter. With a sharp wit, Alessandra's role highlighted Raj's romantic struggles. She enjoyed the show's blend of science and relationships. Now 37, Alessandra co-hosts a mental health podcast and continues acting.
But you and I have been keeping things casual. Will you introduce me as your friend or as your girlfriend? What if I like them and they don't like me? What if they like me and I don't like them?
Next, Kaley Cuoco, who played the down-to-earth Penny. Kaley was only 21 when the show first aired, and she's 39 now. Kaley was actually the last member of the core cast to be added to the show, and her audition was nothing like what people expected. She originally tried out for a different role but ended up winning the part of Penny, and the rest was history. During filming, Kaley developed a love for horses and even got her own equestrian farm. Fun fact, Kaley suffered a serious horse riding accident that nearly ended her career, but she made a full recovery. On set, she was known for her high-energy performances and often spent time making sure the other cast members were laughing between takes. These days, Kaley is thriving in her production company, yes, Norman Productions, and stars in The Flight Attendant, among other projects.
It's not a big deal, just a one-night showcase, but they invite a lot of casting people and agents, so you never know.
Pasha Lychnikov played Dmitry, the Russian cosmonaut, in The Big Bang Theory during his 2012 appearance at age 45. Born as Pavel Dmitrievich Lychnikov in Moscow, he trained at the Moscow Art Theater before moving to the US to make his name easier for English-speaking audiences. He changed it to Pasha Lychnikov. When Pasha moved to Los Angeles, he started from scratch, facing language barriers and financial struggles. He worked various odd jobs before landing roles in Hollywood, eventually gaining recognition for his work in shows like Deadwood and Shameless. He is known abroad for portraying Russian characters. Preparing for The Big Bang Theory, he studied the Russian space program. His improvisational skills were praised by NASA consultants for adding authenticity to the astronaut scenes. Now 56, Pasha continues to act in film and television, often in roles that highlight his Russian heritage. In recent years, he has also expressed an interest in directing, aiming to apply his extensive acting experience behind the camera in the future. His career reflects his versatility and unwavering dedication to his craft.
12-я ступень в порядке. He calls you Fruit Loops because of your very gay haircut.
No, it's because I live with my mom and she makes me Fruit Loops.
Radhi Gupta played Anu, Raj's fiancée, during her appearances on The Big Bang Theory in 2018, when she was 32, before transitioning to acting. Radhi was a professional dancer who performed with Bollywood artists. Her shift from dance to acting in her late 20s brought a fresh perspective to her craft. Rate was appreciated the opportunity to represent South Asian culture in a prominent way, making her character one of the few in the show to highlight this aspect of diversity. Beyond acting, Radhi is a passionate advocate for mental health awareness. She uses her platform to promote conversations around mental health, aiming to reduce stigma and encourage others to seek help. Now 39, Ray continues to play in films while actively supporting mental health initiatives.
It's going great, and the company put me in a nice place in Notting Hill.
Notting Hill? Like the movie?
Lauren Lapkus portrayed Denise, the comic book store employee and Stuart's girlfriend, during her 2018 appearances at age 32. Her love for nerd culture made her a natural fit for the role, and she often incorporated her own interests into Denise's portrayal. One lesser-known fact about Lauren's time on The Big Bang Theory is that her character's love for gaming was something she personally connected with, as she's a gamer herself. also bonded with the main cast members, especially with Johnny Galecki Leonard and Simon Helberg Howard. Lauren loved how the show's writers celebrated geek culture, and she enjoyed being part of the show. That brought a positive representation of fandom to mainstream audiences. Now 39, Lauren continues her comedy career, hosting podcasts and engaging in voice acting, where she often taps into her love of quirky characters and humor. Now 39, Lauren continues her comedy career and voice acting.
You and Stuart. Why?
I don't know. My parents owned a funeral home. Read into that what you will.
Stephen Hawking made a memorable cameo as himself in The Big Bang Theory in 2012 at the age of 70, known for his groundbreaking work on black holes and his best-selling book, A Brief History of Time. Stephen revolutionized cosmology and earned global recognition, despite battling ALS, which left him unable to speak without a speech-generating device. Stephen's sharp wit and humor shone through in his cameo. He appreciated how the show balanced scientific accuracy with comedy and enjoyed his interactions with Jim Parsons Sheldon, particularly when he delivered a humorous insult to Sheldon, an iconic moment for fans. Stephen's appearance highlighted the importance of disabled representation in media, showcasing how science, humor, and resilience can entertain and educate. Stephen Hawking passed away on March 14, 2018, at the age of 76. His legacy lives on through his groundbreaking scientific contributions and his role in popular culture, including his beloved appearance on The Big Bang Theory.
Hello, Sheldon.
Professor Hawking.
I understand you're struggling with professional jealousy.
Thanks, Leonard. Now he's not going to think I'm cool.
Jim Parsons, who portrayed the quirky genius Sheldon Cooper, was 34 when the show started and is now 51. An interesting fact about Jim is that he had a theater background, which really helped him with the rhythm and cadence of Sheldon's lines. In fact, Sheldon's iconic knock was inspired by a theater warm-up Jim used to do. Jim's dedication to the role was so intense that he would often spend hours before shooting practicing Sheldon's physicality, ensuring every gesture was as awkward as possible. What's fascinating is that Jim originally wasn't sure how long the show would last, and he thought he'd have time to do other projects. But The Big Bang Theory ended up becoming one of the longest-running sitcoms in history. Today, Jim is focused on both acting and producing, with standout roles in Young Sheldon and Hollywood.
When I learn that I'm a robot, will I be able to handle it?
Simon Helberg played Howard Wolowitz, the engineering genius with a flair for style. Simon was 26 when the show began and is now 43. Simon has a deep background in music, and it's no surprise that his character, Howard, was often seen playing the keyboard. What many people don't know is that Simon's talent for music is real, and he even played his own tunes for the show. He was also the most excited cast member when it came to exploring Howard's interactions with his mother, taking great care to convey Howard's unique relationship with her. Interestingly, Simon was actually the last cast member to get the role of Howard, and he has often said that he felt it was the best role for him to bring his humor and quirks to life. Off-screen, Simon is a devoted father and a passionate advocate for the environment. These days, Simon is still working on projects like The Laundromat and The Big Bang Theory's spin-off The Connors.
Oh boy, group hug.
Uh-uh.
Okay.